Our next speaker is David Collins, and it's my absolute pleasure. Why can't I say the word pleasure? To introduce our esteemed keynote speaker today. He's a visionary leader, a dedicated change maker, and an inspiring entrepreneur. David Collins is the founder, president, and CEO of the Aeras Foundation, an organization he co-founded in 2020 with a mission to bridge the digital divide and empower communities in need. Under his leadership, the Aeras Foundation has provided over 10,000 devices to underserved communities and nonprofit organizations, ensuring them access to technology that it is a privilege, that it is not a privilege, but a right. David's passion for service runs deep. Having overcome the challenges of a hearing impairment, he has demonstrated remarkable tenacity and resilience, qualities that have shaped him into the empathetic and driven leader he is today. With a background in business administration and finance from the University of Central Florida, David has excelled in both manufacturing and the wireless industries, but his true calling lies in uplifting those who need it most. A true people person, David believes in the power of collaboration and grassroots impact. His recent partnerships with St. Peter Claver and Promising People exemplify his unwavering commitment to reaching and serving our most vulnerable neighbors. Beyond his professional achievements, David is a devoted husband to a girl that I used to admire when I was in high school. Don't tell my wife. Father Walsh, when we're together tomorrow, don't tell my wife. And he finds joy in spending time outdoors with his family, grounded in the values of connection, compassion, and community. Today we have the privilege of hearing from a leader who not only dreams of change, but actively creates it. Please join me in welcoming our keynote speaker, David Collins.
Wow, an introduction, no pressure, right? Good afternoon, I'm David Collins, and when Carlos reached out to me and he said, hey David, I need you, I just said yes right away. And I'm like, Carlos, what do you need me to do? I need you to be the keynote speaker. All right, no problem. So honored to be here, honored to tell you a little bit about my story, my background, and that second career, and what we're doing at the Aeras Foundation to be a community tech bank here. So it wouldn't be fitting if I should share more about you. I went to St. Mary Magdalene, grew up in a very traditional Catholic family. As those of you who know, you listen exactly to your mom. Your mom tells you what not to do. Well, I perfected that. I would go and do exactly what she told me not to do a few times and make sure that I could get even better at doing exactly what she told me not to do. But I was very fortunate. I always had a loving mom and dad that allowed me and empowered me to go do whatever I really wanted to do. If I wanted to buy something, great, go break leaves, go mow lawns, go cut grass. You can go do whatever you want. So I was very, very fortunate. Blessed, married, Candy there, love it, went to Winter Park High School. 3 beautiful daughters who are doing well, all at Stanford University. Getting ready to serve others, speech pathology, occupational therapy, physical therapy. You can see it kind of runs in the family. And, you know, a lot of people had asked him, so why do you do what you do? And then they heard about my background. My mom was a nurse. My dad still works in social services. So it's in your blood, right? It's in your DNA. How do you serve? How do you give back? So as I'm dropping off my first daughter at college, you know, pull in, unload the car, isn't this emotional? My boss calls me and says, hey man, this is good news. Hopefully it's good news. We're moving your position to California. And I was like, oh man, how much more are you going to pay me? So I took a leap of faith. I left the company. I started my own technology company. Aeras Technologies, we're an Apple-focused IT company. Started January 6th of 2020. Gotta be a great time to start. I had everything figured out. I had everything dialed in, but there was one thing: global pandemic. Man, next time I'll factor that in, right? So didn't factor in the global pandemic, but off we went to the races. We were growing, we were driving, we were trying to figure out a way to survive. So why not start a nonprofit, right? Growing up, I always gave back. We always volunteered, did different things in the community. It was kind of cool to be like, all right, one day I'm going to start a nonprofit and do exactly what I want to do. So we started the Aeras Foundation. That sounded like a great name. Well, we're a community tech bank. And so what does that mean? You've heard of food banks, you've heard of blood banks, now you're hearing of a tech bank. We don't have one here in Central Florida. And do you realize the digital divide is very real? If you don't have access, if you don't have a device, you're completely left behind. Raise your hand. How many times have you guys touched your phone this morning or been on your computer this morning? Tell the truth. What would you do if you didn't have a device? Go to the airport without your phone. Try to figure out where your flight is and what your ticket is and all that fun stuff. So as you know, if you don't have a device, you're completely left behind. So the Aeras Foundation was born, and my daughter, middle daughter, she was volunteering at Best Buddies and Army of Angels, and she reached out to me. She says, Dad, there's 200 students who don't have laptops. And I said, oh my gosh, that's exactly what we want to do. Because here we're deploying new technology. It's very easy for us to ask people, can we have that old device? Can we make that old device new again? That device is so much more than a keyboard. It's hope. It's a second chance. It's access. It's applying for a job. It's maintaining that job. It's making one. A device can do so much more than just turn on, right? So Foundation has grown significantly in 5.5 years. We now work with most of the major employers here in Central Florida, and or any of you that have gently used electronics, you'd be more than welcome to take them off your hands. But we repurpose them. We partner with wholesale. We have our Aeras Foundation's lab with high school students that volunteer, repurpose them, make them new again so we can reemploy them. It was super cool back in the days. We learned about individual students who didn't have laptops and we were handing them out like Tic Tacs. But that wasn't sustainable. It wasn't scalable. And so when the magic came in and meeting people like Carlos and other nonprofits, we currently support almost 300 local nonprofits here in Central Florida. There's one common thing they all do. The one common thing they all need is access to technology. They need technology to do their thing at their nonprofit, to carry out their mission. More importantly, their constituents need access. They need a device. And so you can see where this is going. When I met Carlos, once again, he said, hey, I need help. I said, yes. So it's so empowering and rewarding where you are in your career, that second, chance per se, that second career where we all are. And when we grow up and retire, what are we going to do next? But a device allows for so much more. And what's empowering, rewarding, inspiring for the community out there, we have an amazing nonprofit here. I hope you are active in the nonprofit community. But there's so many nonprofits that do amazing work to prevent something and hope that something bad doesn't happen, right? Let's get these kids to finish school. Let's get them to move on in higher education and things like that. But there is, guess what? You hit a few speed bumps along the way, and now you're into that. You need some recovery. You need some support. So that's that part of the recovery aspect of the nonprofit community. Just love the community. So here we have so many nonprofits out there that are doing amazing work, and it's just humbling and honoring to be able to tell big business, hey, if you give me your technology, we'll repurpose it, and then we'll get it in the hands of those in need. Do you want seniors? Do you want veterans? Do you want homeless? Pick your poison. Those nonprofits out there are out there to serve and support so many underserved. So it's been, rewarding and fulfilling, and, I'm like, Carlos, what in the world do you want me to talk about? And so he's like, I need you to be the keynote. And as we're all here, where we are in our journey in life, it's giving back. How do you give back? How do you support others in need? I'm so very fortunate. I'm healthy. Your health is well. My children have done extremely well. I told them exactly what not to do, and so they're doing the right thing. But how do we give back to the community? And I hope that you all have enjoyed your time here. I hope you've enjoyed hearing the stories. It's inspiring to see where you are today and making that relaunch in the second half of your life and your career. This is such a wonderful organization to support, empowering, and once again, how could you not say no to Carlos? So, God bless you, Carlos. I love everything about you and all you do.